You want to honk it? You honk it? All right. Welcome everybody back to Boosted Motion, guys, and today I want to make a video on the cons on supercharging your 3.7 for your VQ and some of the downturns, because I've been talking all about how you shouldn't go bolt-on and just go F5, but let's talk about some of the cons. So let's start with number one. But before I get into the video, guys, if you've been watching a few of my other videos, please watch this video, watch another one. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. But let's go. All right, guys, so let's just get right into it. One of the number one cons on supercharging your VQ is the amount of money that's spent. Not everybody has $6,000 or $7,000 to just throw at forced induction for a VQ motor. So that is the number one. The number two downfall is the transmission. Let's be honest. The transmission in the VQ 3.7 isn't as potent as in the 3.0Ts. So it can't take necessarily the amount of torque over a certain amount of time. The only way to alleviate that and to fix that is to go with a level 10 transmission. But that's going to cost you a lot of extra money and a lot of extra time to spend on that type of stuff. And not everybody wants to throw that type of money away at building their VQ37. So this is not something that everybody wants to do. We want convenience. We want it to be easy. If you supercharge it, the transmission will go out. So that is the number two con. Number three is necessarily the motor is a competent motor. The 3.7 is really good, but you're gonna need a good tuner. And not all tuners are gonna know how to tune this car properly. Because if you try to use the out-of-the-box Stillen tune, which is really rich and really underpowered, the car will be drivable, it'll be good, but it won't perform to what it necessarily could perform at. They have it completely safe and rich. So you're gonna have to find a good tuner that's gonna tune your car properly, and that's gonna be an additional cost. You're gonna need to spend at least another $1,000 to $1,500 just to make sure the car is tuned properly. On top of that, you have to get installation. So this can be a pricey modification, but if it's done right and if it's done well, you can have a very powerful VQ 3.7. Now, somebody had talked about how a little bit, just branched off in the 3.0T realm a little bit. They said when you actually supercharge your car, you're going to gain a lot of torque, and that's very true. But remember, torque is also what kills motors, and that's what also causes a lot of detonation. So that's also another issue that you could run into, because unless it gets tuned properly, unless you spend the proper money and allocate it in the right places, you're just going to window your motor. And this is the downside on just supercharging your car. Not saying that you can't do this on an NA car, where you just get it tuned to. You can window it too, but it's a little different. That deals with oil pressure and timing being off. But when it comes to supercharging, there's so much other factors. Now, there's another downside that, sorry for the wind, guys, another downside when it comes to a supercharging car. The stock heat exchanger, repeat, the stock heat exchanger that Stillen gives you for the blower is terrible. It's terrible. You only get one consistent pull out of it, and that's it. The car loses all performance. So most people, what they have to do is spend a little extra money and go with an air-to-air intercooler kit, pretty much. You'll still have the heat exchanger manifold that sits at the top, but now you have an intercooler that sits to the front, and that allows you to bring down the charged air temps from the blower down. Because when you increase the amount of PSI, you increase the amount of temperature in air. And if you guys know, if you increase the amount of air that goes in the motor, you are prone to detonation and windowing your motor, pretty much. So you don't want those issues. So all in all, guys, this is pretty much the cons on just supercharging your 3.7. Not trying to deter any of you guys from it. It's just that there's a lot of gain in it, but there's so much worse that can happen. You can lose your transmission, you can lose your motor. It's just so much preventative measures you have to put in there to make sure that the car is running right and running good. And depending on the VQ motor that you have, you actually may have to upgrade your oil pump too. So there's definitely a lot of little things that you need to learn and understand before just supercharging your car. Unless you just get the Stillen supercharger and call it a day. But otherwise than that, guys, I just want to make this video talking about supercharging your 3.7 or pretty much your VQ motor. If you enjoyed this video and like other videos, definitely subscribe, hit the bell notification. Otherwise than that, guys, you can contact me at Boosted Motion on Facebook, Instagram, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. You guys have an amazing morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you. You have a good day.